Anything with the chicken. It'll do all the cooking for you. Now, cast iron is different, okay? But what do we have to do to cast iron before we can even use it? Season it, right? A little bit of grease, a little bit of oil. Now, we do that because it's a very porous metal. And if you can fill up those pores with enough grease and oil, then the pan won't rust and the food won't stick. But it's so porous, it's not just dark and greasy on the inside, is it? Now they get dark and greasy all the way through to the outside. And here's the thing, every time we cook in cast iron cookware, all that seasoning goes right back into our food. That's amazing, isn't it? Now, I had a guy yesterday, he said, Steve, you're stepping on some toes here. He said, I've got a whole set of cast iron at home. He said, I got it from my grandmother. I love it. He said, in fact, every time I cook in Grandma's old cookware, it tastes just like Grandma's cooking. You know why? It is Grandma's cooking. It's the same grease, the same dirt, the same food that has been in that pan for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Now listen, iron in your diet is very important, of course, right, Rick? Would anyone like to get their iron for the day? No. We don't have to eat the pan, do we? No, we get the iron we need from the foods we eat, not from the cookware we use. Now please don't misunderstand me. Cast iron is a wonderful pan. It'll last forever. It makes cornbread better than anything on the planet. But it's not a very clean surface to cook out of. But you know what, folks? This is what we find in most people's homes. Now, they usually don't look this bad, but you know what? They need grease to cook in. They need water to cook in. You throw them away, you buy them again. This is why it takes an hour to cook dinner. This is why we spend thousands of dollars eating out in restaurants, because these just aren't getting the job done. And let me show you something different. Still 180 degrees inside that pan. See, that's all those metals working together to do that. Feel that there. You want to feel it here? Just tease it. Okay? Now here's a good thing right here. I'm going to show you these vegetables inside, right? But before I do that, listen, the people that run the Sweet Auburn Fest, they asked us to do this, and you guys have been a fun crowd. So on the count of three, I want everyone to say, ooh, and ah, and I'll show you the vegetables. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, ah. That was awesome. Yeah. Right? See the color? The color's still there. Can you smell it? Yeah. They look good. They smell good. Now, if they taste good, then we have something to talk about, don't we? But I wonder, how much water did we leave in our pan at the beginning of our show? You guys weren't here? You were here.
0.
None. No water. Now, if we tried to cook vegetables without water in this pan, what would happen? They burn. Here, the pan uses the moisture in the vegetables to cook. It's designed to do that. And look at this. If you like fun stuff, this is one of my favorite things about the cookware. You ever need a lid holder? Each pan comes with its own lid holder. Isn't that nice? What about if you need to protect the countertops? Now, I do this not to show you how much food you can actually stuff in there. I really wanted you to see that we didn't have to save room for water. You see that? See, there's nothing in the pan but the vegetables. All the minerals, the vitamins, the enzymes that fight cancer, they're all still there. But here's a great question. How many would like to eat all the food you like and never have to worry about fat or cholesterol or diets ever again? Would that be great? Now listen, I think I can safely say protect the countertops of your table last night. Every pan comes with its own hot plate. And if everybody comes over to the house and says, hey, how come dinner's not on the table? Well, you can tell them it is. Get a fork and eat it. It's on a silver platter. Right? But here's one of my favorite features of all. Who does the dishes at home? Who gets to wash the pots and pans, right? You're going to love this. It's another reason why you're going to absolutely love having KitchenCraft cookware. This is a dry paper towel. There is no stick, no burn, no scorch. Hot soapy water and a dish rag is all you need to clean it out. This is what it looks like before it goes into the dishwasher. Isn't that nice? And here's one of my favorite things about the cookware. Right?